All right, so today we're diving into a story, one of those that just explodes online, and you're left thinking, really, people believe this?
Yeah.
It's about Haitian immigrants, cats, and a supposed backyard barbecue.
And, while that image of a cat on the grill is certainly vivid, what's really disturbing is how this illustrates the mechanics of misinformation.
It's true. You've probably seen the headlines, Are Haitian Immigrants Eating Cats in Ohio?
Right.
And it sounds totally nuts, but it gets really interesting how this idea went from some obscure corners of the internet to speeches from politicians and even the Senate floor.
Yeah, and that's what's scary here, how something totally baseless can become mainstream. It's not even really about the cats anymore. It's how easily misinformation, especially if it plays on prejudice, can just take root.
Exactly. So let's back up, find the source.
Hmm.
It seems like Ohio Senator JD Vance has been pushing this.
He has, but it didn't come from nowhere. This one goes back to Christopher Rufo, that conservative activist known for his, shall we say, provocative statements.
Right, Rufo is the one who threw gasoline on this fire, even offering $5,000 for any proof of these cat-eating immigrants. That idea of putting a price tag on misinformation is so dangerous, though.
Absolutely. Because then it's not about truth. It's about who can find something that looks real even if it's not. And we see that tactic all the time. Inflammatory language plus money equals a pushed narrative, and usually it's about marginalized groups.
And the language in this case is really alarming. Unvetted Haitians eating cats. It's meant to make people afraid and disgusted.
Exactly. Classic othering make a group sound so different, so threatening that any bad thing said about them feels believable. When you do that, it's easier to dismiss them to justify doing them harm.
So this isn't just some silly rumor. This stuff can have real consequences.
Exactly.
So you have this really inflammatory rhetoric, and then boom, this video appears.
Right.
It's grainy, dark, hard to make out, but it gets passed around as proof.
Of course.
So did anyone even try to analyze this video?
I'm glad to say yes. Several sources actually looked closely, including an open-source intelligence analyst. I think his analysis is really interesting.
And what'd they find?
Pretty much just chicken being grilled.
Chicken.
Chicken.
Not exactly the expose some people wanted.
Not quite. And it shows how easily we believe what we see online, especially if it's presented dramatically. A blurry image plus a caption is sometimes all it takes to bypass common sense.
But even though the debunking seems kind of funny, this misinformation had a real impact, right?
Absolutely. This wasn't just some harmless internet fad.
Yeah.
For the Haitian community in Springfield, this was scary.
Can only imagine.
They were targets. People were suspicious of them, afraid of them, based on literally nothing.
This has been incredibly stressful.
There are stories from Haitians in Springfield who were afraid to even leave their homes, terrified that they would be targeted or harassed because of this crazy lie.
Yeah.
Imagine how that impacts your family, just going about your day, suddenly feeling like you're not safe.
That's awful. And it really highlights how this isn't just about feelings getting hurt. This is about real fear, actual consequences.
And it shows the power and responsibility, frankly, of people in positions of authority. Biles Dorsainville, a Haitian community leader in Springfield, said it best. It's creating so much panic in the community. The words that come out of their mouths matter. They have the obligation to do better because words are powerful.
Powerful words. Those narratives, even when they're debunked, leave their mark. So how do we move beyond just debunking? What can we actually do to protect ourselves and others from this? It's heartbreaking, how this misinformation really hurt the Haitian community there. And it feels like we're always drowning in this stuff. Social media, the news, everywhere you turn, it's hard to even know what's real anymore.
It really is. It's like information overload, and it's easy to feel helpless.
So what do we do? How do we protect ourselves, not get sucked in by this stuff?
I think it starts with being a little skeptical. You're not just believing everything you see and hear, especially if it's from a source you don't know or if it feels like it's trying to push your buttons.
So like a healthy dose of, hold on a second, is that even true?
Exactly. Ask
Right.
yourself, who's saying this? What's their angle? Are they even giving me real evidence? And watch out for things that just feel a little too good to be true. Things that perfectly match what you already think.
Because it's so easy to get stuck in those echo chambers, only seeing what we want to see.
Totally. That's why it's important to mix it up. Get your information from different places, not just one news source or a social media feed. Find different perspectives, even ones you disagree with.
Be open to being challenged.
Exactly. And honestly, don't underestimate good old-fashioned fact-checking. If something seems fishy, take a minute and look it up. There are websites for this.
Yeah, like Snopes PolitiFact, factcheck.org.
Right. And remember, misinformation spreads because we spread it. So next time you're about to share something, think about where it came from, what it's really saying, And if maybe you're part of the problem instead of the solution.
It's a lot of pressure, but I guess it matters.
It does.
Yeah.
We all have a role in fighting
Yeah.
this by being more critical, more responsible with what we share, and by supporting organizations promoting media literacy, we can actually change things.
So basically, in a world where anyone can say anything and truth is slippery, it's on us to be careful, ask questions, really think for ourselves.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
It's a process, and we're all in it together.
Well, this has definitely given me a lot to think about. Thanks for diving into this with us today.
Of course, anytime.
And for everyone listening, stay curious, stay informed, and please keep asking those tough questions. Until next time.